Welcome, my name is Corey Redden. I'm a life coach. Heart Mind Health is the name of my business that I run from, and it is an order of things. I like to encourage people to live from their heart, to bring their mind into subject to the heart, and seek that which gives them health, which is, in another word, wholeness. So this involves your spirit, your mind, and your body. They're all very important, and I will talk about the soul in another video. And if you would like to know about the soul, you can click on this video and go to that video to check out what I believe the soul is. This can really help you to understand, because living from the soul is what we are all here to do. You need to live your soul's journey. So click on the video here on this link, and there's a link below where you can go to another video to understand what the soul is. So what I want to encourage you today is to seek to be true to yourself. Now, I've mentioned this before, that there really is no the truth. Science would say this is true and that is true, and then a year later there's new discoveries and that truth is no longer true. So what we have known, and we've all seen the evidence of, is that 1 minute something is true and next minute it's not. Okay, so how do we avoid falling into the trap of this, what people would say is true? There is only one truth, and it's your truth. And that is the most important thing. You need to understand that living your truth is what you're here to do. It's your spiritual work. It's your work of the heart. And as I say, you start with the heart, you bring the mind into subject to the heart as a good servant, and then you work towards wholeness, integrating all those things, integrating the shadow, integrating your joys and your passions, your loves, even your hates, integrating those things into a oneness of no denying of your truth. Now, being true to yourself is the only way that you can live in your truth. And there's so many pitfalls out there. There's people that I would encourage, you need to be true to yourself. And even people would say, I feel like I need to be more true to myself. Good. You're in a good place. You're heading into that spiritual journey. Being true to yourself is your calling. This is what you're here to do. It's your purpose to be true to yourself. So how do you be true to yourself? Well, number one, you want to think about the things that you're passionate about. What are you passionate about in your life? What do you love to do and feel that you don't need to be paid for it? What could you do if you were being paid for it and you would just happily bounce out of bed every day and just do that thing and grind on it, and you just can't wait to get into it? That is a way of being true to yourself. Really, really important. We deny this. So many of us deny this of ourselves. I was an interior plasterer for so many years, and I knew that what I wanted to do was help people. And I am a spiritual person. I love spirituality, but practical spirituality, not airy-fairy up in the air type stuff. It is amazing when you venture into the spiritual journey and you open yourself to it. It becomes very, very evident in your life, and the synchronicities and the spiritual happenings that come about in my life blow me away, because I've opened myself to it. Not only that, but I'm passionate about it. I know there is something within all of us, and there's something that we all have individually and collectively that is beyond our understanding. So how are some of the ways that we find ourselves not being true to ourselves? It's when, number one, when we allow ourselves to be governed by our thoughts. Now, your thoughts are not your knowing. Truth comes down to what you know. You can have a thought about something, but truth comes down to a knowledge, a real deep understanding of, this is my truth. So going with what you know, listing down the things about what you know to be true for you. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about all these things that we try and chase in life, or the expectations that people have. And that is number two of how we manage to find ourselves not being true to ourselves, is when we're trying to live someone else's truth. Now, this can be really, really difficult, because trying to live somebody else's truth can be you trying to please your mother, please your partner, please your father, your brother, your friends, and you're trying to live their truths. And what it is more than anything is you're putting yourself in a position of expectation that you've put on yourself that you believe other people have on you. And this becomes a crazy sort of cycle of you thinking to yourself, well, if I do that, then people will think this, and then they'll think less of me, and then that's not being true to yourself. No, being true to yourself is no matter what others think, you go with what you know to be true for you. What gives you the joy? What gives you love? What makes you filled? Do that and go with that. In spite of what others think, you can't allow what other people think to govern your truth. So your truth is inner work. This is why I call it spiritual work, because it's work that you do within yourself. Nobody can find it for you. You don't need to find it because it's actually right there inside you. Another way that we can allow our truth to be smothered in the world is the culture. So we feel that we have to live in a particular way because this is the culture, this is the way society is. I need to go to school, get good grades, and then get a job and contribute to society. All very noble things. But if you find yourself in a career that's not beneficial for your joy and your fulfillment in life, then you're not living your truth. Again, maybe sit down with a pen and paper and list out, if money wasn't an issue, and if other people's expectations wasn't an issue, what would you be doing? What would you love to do each and every day? Now, this is spiritual work, because if you're doing what you love, you're fulfilling your spirit and you're doing soul work. Your entire being is on board. Your mind, your heart, and your health all becomes on board with this thing that you're passionate about, and that is being true to yourself. So how do you know when you're being true to yourself? You're functioning in your gifts, your talents, and your passions, and you're feeling fulfilled. So don't allow, my advice to you today is really to sit down with yourself, the higher self. Not your thoughts. Your thoughts are your ideas that you build around yourself that you think is you. It's not. When you go in nice and deep, go in, and when thoughts come out, you remind yourself, maybe meditate, close your eyes, and a thought will come up, and you say to yourself, I am not that. And another thought will come up, and I am not that. I am not that. And each thought that comes along, remind yourself, you are not that. Until you find yourself in a place of peace and understanding of what I am is what I love. What is it that you love? What are you passionate about? What brings you joy? What brings you peace? That is your truth. So guys, I encourage you, seek out your truth and then allow yourself to be true to yourself. And that means functioning, meditating, and moving into those things that you know to be true for you, that you know are your gifts. It doesn't matter how other people judge it. It doesn't matter what others think of it. If you don't do what you love, then you're smothering yourself. And you can't blame anybody else but yourself. Being true to yourself is a responsibility, guys. It's spiritual responsibility, and it becomes very practical when you start moving in your gifts, your passions, and your joys. You're being true to yourself. You're offering the fullness of who you are to the world, and you're moving forward in what you were here, placed here to do. And you're growing out of this earth. Your purpose becomes evident because it's what you love, it's what gives you joy, it's what gives you peace. So seek out that spiritual journey. It's a practical thing, guys. Go to Heart Mind Health, www.heartmindhealth.co.nz. You can contact me through the website if you would like some coaching on how to find that truth within you, how to find and really understand your passions. I have tools that that can help you to find that passion, to know your truth, to know yourself, and to function and move into that. Guys, get in contact with me for your free consultation, a free coaching session, and we can see if we can work together and really bring you into your passion. And who knows, maybe getting paid to do what you love, being invited to gift your gifts to others, to really feel like you're making an impact in the world, which we all want to do. We all want to know that we matter and that we can bring meaning into this world. So I encourage you, get in contact with me if you want, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting up more videos on practical spirituality, and I just encourage you, be gentle on yourself, find that space to meditate, and look after your heart, your mind, and your health. We'll see you next time.